Round 7 at Sebring was a 90-minute roller coaster that left everyone battered. The rain, the concrete, and the chaos made it a night to remember. Nathan Ray once again rose to the top in GTP, though every driver in the Premier class ran into trouble at some point, and in GT3 Pro, Brandon Lambert made it 2 wins in a row after Romain Mertz lost the lead to a penalty yet again. In GT3 AM, Maron Mofta outdueled Miguel Rivas and Kevin Garcia after heartbreak struck John Ebersol, who was taken out of the lead by an inattentive Christian Youngwald. The flowing hills of Georgia host the next chapter. Road Atlanta is the stage for round 8. We go green in Brazelton, live next on ASN. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Road Atlanta. Built in 1970 and carved through the Georgia countryside, this 2.54-mile circuit is one of America's purest driver's tracks. Its 12 corners mix elevation, speed, and precision, rewarding rhythm and punishing hesitation. The format of the SimCAR Grand-Am Series is as follows. The drivers are finishing open practice now, which leads us into a 20-minute qualifying session to determine the grid for our 1-hour race this evening. The first half of qualifying is for the GTP class, and the second half is for the GT3 classes. The 2025B SimCAR Grand-Am Series continues tonight live on the Automotive Sports Network. With Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, Alex Laursen next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to Brazelton, Georgia. Gentlemen, after the madness of Sebring, we come to a track that tests flow and discipline instead of endurance. What are your thoughts coming into tonight? Bryan, you first.
You should know. I love Road America. It's probably
Road America.
Road
That's
Atlanta.
impressive.
I'm here. I'm kind of here today. It's probably my second favorite track on iRacing, or just overall in total. Provides some of the best racing I've ever had in the service. So super excited to watch these guys race around here today. Excited to see what happens championship-wise. Nathan Ray can't quite lock it up tonight, but he can basically set the nail on the coffin, just not hammer it in yet. And seeing if Romain can actually pull one off. He's been so close all season, but hasn't quite gotten it, either a mistake of his own or somebody else's. So hoping he can pull something off today.
As we've seen incidents from him multiple times this season. Hi, Alex Laursen. How are you? What are your thoughts coming into Road Atlanta?
You know, Road Atlanta is just a fantastic course. It's got everything. It's got the chicanes. It's got fast-flowing sections. It's got that tight chicane at the end. The last turn and turn 1 are just fantastic pieces of commitment. I love watching racing and driving at Road Atlanta.
As super exciting. Track is always fun. We're watching, I think that's Nathan Ray in one of the GTPs. I just want to remind everyone the SimCAR Grand-Am Series on ASN is brought to you by Penguin RC Simulation. Trusted by racers for their unbeatable support, rock solid product guarantees. I already can't read scripts, guys, and high-performance sim gear. When you want equipment you can rely on lap after lap, Penguin RC Simulation delivers every time and is proud to present the Penguin RC Simulations Drivers Championship. Too Fast Racing, a massive sim community built on the high-octane world of BeamNG drag racing, now taking on iRacing with over 14,000 members. From the drag strip to the curves here at SimCAR, Too Fast Racing is where speed lives. By Lambert Designs, the official graphics partner for SimCAR. From promotional materials to custom paint liveries, Lambert Designs has it all. For more information, join the SimCAR Discord and contact Brandon Lambert. And finally, brought to you by Mr. Patches. The fight for the team's championships in each class is brought to you by Mr. Patches, makers of custom patches that let you wear your racing pride. And this season, they're putting $50 on the line for each class's winning team. And from the track to your jacket, Mr. Patches has you covered. And coming into round 8 of the SimCAR Grand-Am Series in 2025B, Bryan, you got points for us?
Yes, I do, Josh. So, this is a mess. Please hold. You're gonna talk about something else first, and then I resorted some things, so I gotta fix it up. You're gonna go ahead and read the schedule that we got coming up. How about that? Does that sound good?
Something. Yeah, that works for me. My audio's fixed, so I think you can still hear me. So, NASA Rallycross Futures on ASN Plus on Sunday. You hear me double. That's terrific. ASN Plus. You'll have me. You'll have Bryan. I don't really know what's happening on that. NASA Rallycross Futures is back on Sunday, the 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. You'll have Josh Darnell and Bryan Sawyer for that, 9 p.m. Eastern. NASA Rallycross Contenders on Monday, the 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll have Justin Robichaux, Bryan Sawyer for that. And our next round, the SimCAR Grand-Am Series, will be at Long Beach. Little Birdie said it's going to be raining, so that's going to be a show and a half next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. As I'm looking off monitor at cars in qualifying, and we look at Nathan Ray. Cody Cosgrove has already had issues on his first qualifying lap. And let's look at the points leader, Nathan Ray. Domination so far this season. Can't lock it up yet, but he's looking really good to lock it up potentially next week in Long Beach as he heads down the back straightaway, down this hill into the tricky braking zone of turns 10A and 10B, onto the grass there in the Porsche. Pick your braking point. Don't lock up. It'll send you into the sand. Clobber the curbs on the inside of both corners. Don't go too far wide and over the crest. Car gets super light, guys, as Nathan finishes his lap. Let's take a look. 1 minute 11.548 is the benchmark.
All right, Josh, when they're done with qualifying, when they're doing the outlap, I got the points all situated. We had some drivers switch classes. We had, who'd we have there? I think it was Jesse Pate popped up and said, I'm driving GTPs now. That was a last minute change, and it threw off the point sheet when I switched him over. So had to adjust that, but we're good to go now.
As Nathan Ray up by
Christopher
3.5 tenths over Steve Baker. We look at Chris Hill in the 101. Sitting in third. Got the win, when was it? A couple weeks ago in Zandvoort, I believe.
Yes.
And everybody had issues in the very bumpy and treacherous conditions in Sebring. And now we go back to a more traditional track. I wouldn't call it billiard table smooth like a European track, but gentlemen, Road Atlanta, much easier to drive in Sebring.
Yeah, Sebring is a wild track. It's got that old runway and just multiple different pavement types there. And I grew up pretty close to that track, so I have gone and watched races there in real life, and it is fantastic.
Yeah, this track is a lot smoother than Sebring.
Baker goes P1 by 1.2. Sorry to cut you off, Bryan. Steve Baker, impressive lap time, and 4 tenths down is Chris Hill. Sorry, continue.
I would say there's only one real hard corner here, and it's turn 3. Nobody quite knows where the exact braking point is. Coming over a blind crest into the chicanes here. I know some people don't like the blind crest going into the final turn. Also, that one's only a little tricky to me when you're coming in the pit and you go, oh boy, how far over do I turn? Oh, all the way.
Let's ride on board for some pure cinema. On board, Steve. Never mind. Is he slowing down? You know, like normal, like clockwork. I go to mention an onboard lap, and Baker slows down. So we look at Chris Hill in the 101. We ride on board. Let's enjoy this lap at Road Atlanta. Chris Hill comes off of turn 7 through turn 8 up the crest. He went P1 as we joined him on board. 1 minute 9.638. Nathan Ray and Steve Baker and JD Daniel are within half a tenth of a second. Actually, the entire GTP field, middle of the pack, I should say. Nathan Ray goes P1, 1 minute 9.5. Can Chris Hill respond in the 101 down the hill into the final corner across the line? 1 minute 9.837. He does not respond a tenth down on Ray. Steve Baker, 1 minute 9.8. JD Daniel, next car to finish a lap. We can pick him up, Bryan, into the final couple of corners. And Daniel up the hill, over the crest. Car gets super light. And down the hill for the 0.55. What will he do? 1 minute 10.0, so he improves his time, but not his position. He stays before. Jesse Pate's next up in the 31. And right behind him is Nathan Ray in the 35. And gentlemen, I think Nathan might have gotten a slipstream down the backstretch from Jesse Pate. We'll see Pate cross the line in the 31. 1 minute 10.9. Ray improves with 1 minute 9.474. He definitely got some slipstream there. Chris Hill already looking to respond.
Chris is real close with his predicted time, 1 minute 9.3.
Cross the line. It didn't count.
Oh, and it was a 3.79 right before it disappeared. Steve Baker, though. Steve Baker pops 109.4245 hundredths faster.
Half a tenth. Wow. Now will Ray respond? I'm curious to see when Chris Hill had his issue. And it must have been early in the lap that he ran off. Easy to do. So now Nathan is once again, if we can pick up the points leader, behind Pate in the 31. His GT3 Pro has been queued at the end of the pit lane.
JD Daniel pops up to the top of the tower, 109.177. 2.5 tenths faster.
There's Nathan Ray in the chicane, Bryan. If we can pick him up over the crest into the final corner. Predicted 1 minute 10.0. He might not have it. Baker in second. Ray across the line. 1 minute 9.858. 7 tenths down. That might be, well, he might have one other lap. Let's see.
Christopher Hill at a 111. This one's not going to be a lap worth anything.
Oh, he ran wide in turn 3. Did Nathan. Chris Hill across the line. 1 minute 9.6. Steve Baker, 1 minute 9.4.
These are slower laps for them. It's got to be gut-wrenching if you're Christopher Hill, just to watch your steering wheel pop up and say, hey, that was the fastest lap, but you know it's not going to count because you see the 1X.
JD Daniel, will he improve? 1 minute 10.8. He will not. Flying laps will count for these guys. Nathan Ray might have one more lap left. Nathan Ray into the final chicane. In the 35, over the crest. If we could pick up the points leader, will he improve? What is he looking at? 1 minute 9.6 predicted across the line. 1 minute 9.7. Everybody's going slower. Steve Baker's got one last shot, Bryan, in the chicane. What will he do in car number 2? Predicted 1 minute 9.6. It's fluctuating down the hill into the final corner for car number 2. 1 minute 9.751. I think. Although I'm not sure. These guys are going to be able to finish their laps. 10 minutes has expired now. Green flag has been waved for GT3 qualifying. JD Daniel across the line. 1 minute 9.211 nearly matches his time, Alex. As we take a look, hopefully, at Nathan Ray in the 35. We look at Kevin Garcia right now. I'm keeping an eye on Ray in the 35. They're finishing up their laps in GTP. And we can take a look at points momentarily. Ray crosses the line. 1 minute 9.291. He essentially matches JD Daniel. Steve Baker is the last GTP car to finish up a lap, and then we can transition to the GT3s. Baker Pitts, DTP qualifying over JD Daniel on pole position, Alec.
That was a fantastic qualifying session. Super fast. I was almost thinking they would break the 108s there for a moment.
I was expecting one of them to, and it just seemed like the track was not degrading, but it was slowing down just for a moment. The temperature might have been fluctuating. As first car to begin a lap in GT3 is Kevin Fanning in the 911. If we can pick him up in the Corvette. We rode on board a GTP car. Now let's ride on board one of the GT3s with Kevin Fanning. Over the crest into the final couple of corners. The benchmark for the GT3 class will be 1 minute 19.002. His team 457. Majority Banks across the line 20.3. Kingsbury 21.8. Rateau 25.0. Revis crosses the line 20.6. Moftah across the line. The Egyptian 1 minute 20.6. Sean Rogers, his first lap didn't count. 20.0 for Ebersol, 21.0. Cartwright, Edgel, 21.1. Sussy, 22.0. Bryan Sohn, showing incredible pace this season in the 0.3, 24.2. Tucker Lindgren, in the 197 begins his first lap. As everyone running laps here in Georgia.
You know, being on board for that lap, I just don't think iRacing gets enough credit for their sound design. It is just fantastic to listen to these cars in this simulator.
I think this might sound silly, but if you were to close your eyes and you just have the sounds, it doesn't. There's no difference. Versus years ago, even a couple years ago, you close your eyes and you listen to the game and you say, "This is a game." You could tell, but you can't tell anymore. As Fanning crosses the line, 1 minute 18.4. 73 degrees, ambient, not sure on track temp. 95 degrees. Thank you, Bryan. Look at that. And no chance of rain, ladies and gentlemen. No precipitation tonight.
I think it's either New Year's Eve or like 24 hours. Where it's just ASMR or relax. That might have been April Fool's. I don't know. It was one day. I just saw 24 hours thing go up. It was just
Yes, let's see who we are taking a look at. Kevin Fanning still in the 911. He's sitting first in qualifying. Matt Kingsbury in second. Third is Majority Banks. Ebersol in the 69. If he can get redemption from last week, had that race won. I know you weren't here, Alex. Not sure if you caught it, but Bryan, he had that race won and got obliterated under safety car.
Yeah.
So he's redeeming himself well.
Oh, it's never good to have an incident when you're under safety car. It's always the most frustrating way to go out of a race.
Especially last week was an endurance race. We talked about it earlier then. We said, I'd rather crash 3 minutes in, not an hour and 27 minutes in. Like what happened last week. But Ebersol looking good. He's up by about a 10th over Marwan Moftah. Romain Rateau has gone to third place in GT3 Pro.
Yeah, that was young Youngwall, right? That
Christian
caused-
Youngwall, yes,
yeah,
sir.
Youngwall caused that incident. I believe he got a race ban for that. That's why he is not here this week.
That would explain why he's not on our roster, my friend. So, uh, it's just pay attention. It's a video game, yeah, but still don't text and drive. It's not a fun time. As Kevin Garcia into the chicane. Final couple corners for the 505, yet to set a lap time. What will the man from New Mexico do? Across the line, the lap didn't count. Tricky to get right, like we talk about. You get one off track, you turn in too soon, you go off the road, and it invalidates the lap.
I'm betting a lot of people are getting it up here on turn 3. It's so easy to do. You just cut that curb just a little too much, and it will say, nope, that's your lap.
That's what makes this track so challenging, like you kind of mentioned earlier, is because of the blind crest, and it takes, as David Hobbs would say, large attachments to race this track effectively. You have to believe in your ability, believe in the car, turn in, don't second guess yourself. It is full commitment. As Ebersol and Moftaw, I think, swapped back and forth. Moftaw 0.013 away from the AM class pole.
Right there where we just saw him go through, I think that's the turn 7 complex. It gives you a wide berth to get off the track there outside of the white lines before you get an incident point. And I feel like that's a place too that I'm always flirting with the track limits.
I remember when I drove the HPD back in, 2013, and I had this bad habit of through turn 7, hitting the curb, jumping the curb across the track, because you think that that's the fast way, and you're flirting with those off tracks for sure. Kevin Fanning still holds the pro class pole. We look at Moftaw right now. He has no other AM cars in front of him, so let's see if he can improve. Ebersol, he's looking for less than 100th of a second. The Egyptian in the 191 across the line, 118.559 P1 for the 191.
He instantly got
And
past by John
Ebersol
Ebersol.
instantly replies at a 1 minute 18.446. If you're new to SimCAR, we have these two split GT3 classes. They don't grid by Pro and Am. They're going to be mixed together. So Ebersol has Majori Banks right now in between him and Moftaw. Looking good, the 69. Rivas goes to second by 0.043 behind Ebersol. We're going to have another slugfest, guys. Shout out Matty Grove hanging out with us in chat, my friend. As hanging out, it's no longer the Josh and Bryan podcast. It is the Josh, Bryan, and Alex podcast through qualifying here for the SimCAR Grand-Am Series.
I'm here. I'm excited to be part of this family.
As Rateau in the 23 has Lambert in front of him. Down the hill, across the line. Will Rateau improve? He's searching for the same amount as Rivas is. Across the line, 1 minute 19.4. Moftaw, 18.5.
Bryan, can we get that track temperature back up? I'm seeing a lot of drop-off in times. I'm wondering, oh, it's still the same temperature.
It was that way during the end of the GTP session also. I'm not quite
Rivas,
sure.
P1. 1 minute 17.974 by 0.4 of a second. And that is a stamp of authority, guys. Maybe the track did change. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's placebo. Garcia in the 505, next car to finish a lap as flying laps count. Let's see. Barney throwing the checkered flag, getting his arm workout. Garcia, 1 minute 19.2. We go back, I go back at least, to Majori Banks in the 30.
Gonna be Majori Banks. Then, who's the 23 car? Rateau.
18.3 for
right after
Majori Banks.
that.
Lambert in the 46, 119.0. Moftah, 18.291. He does not improve. Cartwright in the 355. 18.5. Edgel, 18.8. Moftah improved his lap time, not his position. I should correct myself there. He's in second in the AM class. And what happened? Miguel Rivas just, I think, fell out of the server, guys, because he was finishing a lap and now he's gone.
Unfortunate for him. Josh, while we got a second here, I got points. So let's hit those up real quick before we go to break here.
All you, Chief.
Coming into this week, GTP standings, Nathan Ray at the top of the board at 264, followed closely by Christopher Hill at 220. It's going to take a lot, though, for Chris Hill to make up that gap. He's going to need wins the rest of the way, and Ray's going to have some unfortunate things happen to him. After that, JD Daniel rounding out the podium, Steve Baker, Daniel Smith, Cody Crosgrove, Casey O'Brien, Zach Goddard, Ricardo Bernal, and Ethan Brown finishing out the GTP class. In the GT3 overall class, we got Max Kingsbury topping the table at 200 points, followed by Lambert at 188, Rateau, Fanning, Moftah, Youngwall, Majoribanks, Rivas, Ebersol, and Son. And then in AM, we got Moftah, Ebersol, Rivas, Son. We get Miglin, Edgel, Sussy, Garcia, Dubois, and Williams. And with that, we'll go to break. And we'll see you on the other side of the ads.
Interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous with your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series.
The SimCAR Grand-Am Series on ASN is brought to you by Penguin RC Simulation. Trusted by racers for their unbeatable support, rock-solid product guarantees, and high-performance sim gear. When you want equipment you can rely on lap after lap, Penguin RC Simulation delivers every time and is proud to present the Penguin RC Simulation Drivers' Championship. Too Fast Racing, a massive sim community built on the high-octane world of Beam NG drag racing, now taking on iRacing with over 14,000 members. From the drag strip to the curves here at SimCAR, Too Fast Racing is where speed lives. By Lambert Designs, the official graphics partner for SimCAR. From promotional materials to custom paint liveries, Lambert Designs has it all. For more information, join the SimCAR Discord and contact Brandon Lambert. And finally, Mr. Patches. The fight for the team's championship in each class is brought to you by Mr. Patches, makers of custom patches that let you wear your racing pride. And this season, they're putting $50 on the line for each class's winning team. From the track to your jacket, Mr. Patches has you covered. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform, at ASN TV USA. And according to Bryan, we might even be on the dark web. Ring the bell to catch our live streams every week as we welcome you back to Round 8 of the 2025B SimCAR Grand-Am Series from Road Atlanta. Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, Alex Laursen next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz as we begin to grid. Play rock, paper, scissors, boys, and one of you read our grid for tonight.
We got JD Daniel taking the pole position tonight. Nathan Ray on the front row with him. Steve Baker and Christopher Hill taking up the second row here. Cody Crossgrove and Jesse Pate on the third row. And starting off our GT3 cars, we have Sean Rogers.
Why is that's weird.
Kevin Fanning, Roman Rato on the front row of the GT3s there. Matt Kingsbury and John Majorbanks. Third and fourth place, Brendan Lambert and Tucker Lindgren, fifth and sixth. And then in our AM class, we have Miguel Rivas and Maron Mofta, John Eversole and Jeff Cartwright, third and fourth. Rob Edgell, Brian Schoen, fifth and sixth. Kevin Garcia, Joshua Suski, Travis Deflemire, and Chris Lunan rounding out the top 10.
10 cars in our GT3 AM. We have, I think, 5 GTPs, 6 GTPs, and only, I think it was 6 GT3 pros. As we roll for the formation lap, let's take a look at some programming notes real quick. We have not, we did that earlier, but we're going to do this one more time before we go green. And maybe if Bryan wants to listen to me, maybe not. Doing this, just to remind everybody, now that I can read, NASA Rallycross Futures on ASN Plus. You might have Bryan, you might have me, you might have both of us. We haven't decided yet. That's Sunday as NASA returns in Indianapolis, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. $1 a month ASN Plus, good stuff there. NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship, a.k.a. the Kieran Lifflander Show. That'll be following that at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll have Bryan, you'll have Josh Darnell. NASA Rallycross Contenders on Monday, that's the 13th. 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll have Bryan. You'll have Justin Robichaux. I haven't decided if I'm racing yet. And our next round for the SimCAR Grand-Am Series will be next Thursday, the 16th, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. As JD Daniel and Nathan Ray on the front row of the grid. Quick prediction. What are we thinking? Bryan, you first.
Quick prediction. Nathan Ray, safe bet. Always holding on to my prediction for GT3s. I want Romain to win the race this season. He's been so close. I also need to apologize for Alec. This is your first race in this series, and I pointed at you and said just read the names. Not fun to read the names when you haven't read any of them before like that.
You want me to make your prediction for you, Alex? Or chaos is your prediction?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me what I should know about this race.
It's going to be a brawl. That's what you need to know. 3 classes, all these cars, GTP is super quick. The GT3s are going to be a brawl. It's been fun all season. We still got 3 races left. And it's JD Daniel on the front row of the grid with points leader Nathan Ray. 7 GTPs at the front of the field. Safety car to the pit lane. We get set for an hour of racing at Road Atlanta. Green flag off the line. Ray had a terrible jump. Wheel spin all over the GTP field down to turn number 1. Daniel leads Ray, leads Baker, Hill, Crossgrove, and Pate into the first corner. The GT3s are green as well. We've got Fanning, Rateau, Kingsbury side by side with Rivas, Missouri Banks, Moftaw, Ebersol, Cartwright, Sohn, Edgel, Lambert, Lindgren, Garcia, Sussy, Rogers, and D. Flamer. Everybody minding their own business up the hill through turns 1, 2, and 3 side by side. It's Sohn with Edgel, and it's a tricky corner to get right, especially when you're by yourself. But if you've got someone next to you, you hit the curb, off you go into your competitor. And the GTPs minding their own business at the sharp end of the GT3s. Fanning leads Rateau. Will the bad luck go away for the 23? Whether it's penalties or bad strategy, he has had atrocious luck as the Frenchman in the 23. Matt Kingsbury behind him in the 21. We look at Baker down the backstretch. The GTP is struggling with tire temp already, trying to weave their way down the backstretch as we end the first lap. Daniel leads Ray in GTP, followed by Steve Baker. We look at Edgel, mid-pack in the GT3s, as he's battling with Tucker Lindgren, Kevin Garcia, as Fanning in Pro and Rivas in Am lead at the end of the first lap. Calm start so far. Chris Hill has given up some time. Jesse Pate's gone off monitor in turn 3. We stay focused on Rateau. Everybody minding their own business. Crosgrove struggling in the 18. He had disconnected and reconnected in the 18. He sits in the 4th position. We look at points leader Nathan Ray all over the rear wing of JD Daniel. Steve Baker in the 2. We recall so many great races so far this season across all 3 classes, and such wonderful racing that we've seen. Great to be partnered with SimCAR as Fanning leads Rateau in GT3 Pro. Can we take a look at this? Because Rateau all over the rear wing of the Corvette, exiting turn number 7 through technically turn 8, up the hill, down the back straight. Rateau's going to have the slipstream, guys. Looking maybe drivers left, maybe drivers right. We'll see what the Frenchman does. Is he going to bump draft him? No, he looks drivers right. Down the hill. Pick your braking point. 200-meter board, 100-meter board. Out braking Fanning. Running it a little bit deep. We're side by side. To the lead goes Rateau on lap number 2.
What a fantastic move. And such a great place to overtake.
Looking in the 21, reigning champion of GT3 Pro. Ebersol, reigning champion of GT3 Am. And Fanning not going to let Rateau get away. It's Porsche versus Corvette versus McLaren in the top 3 positions. As Rivas, Moftaw, and Ebersol as well, guys. They are 5th, 6th, and 7th in GT3 overall, but they are top 3 in the Am subclass. We're also looking at Daniel and Ray. They are having their own battle as well. They have not gotten away from each other. Fanning looks inside on Rateau as Ray sets fastest lap, 1 minute 10.460. Will Fanning do the same move, Alex, that Romain did last time around?
I mean, he's got it set up. I think this is the time to do it.
Kingsbury looks. Will he send it? The man from Connecticut? Not happening this time. We're out on board Kingsbury in the 21. Up the hill, looking forward at Kevin Fanning in the 911. It's Missouri Banks in the 30, like we always say. If the cars that are battling up front squabble, he's in the catbird seat early on, sitting in the 4th position. Rateau still leads. Taking a look through the GT3 field off monitor, nothing really happening. And Daniel being chased down still by Nathan Ray. We look at Jesse Pate for the moment. Back to Kingsbury. Rateau. Yes, Brian.
I'm going to take a look back. Christopher Hill did not start in 5th. And something must have happened to him. I have an incident listed here. I want to see what happened on lap 1 to Chris Hill.
You take a look at that. Taking a look off monitor really quick. Here. Cartwright crashed in turn 6, so you know.
Oh,
he looped it.
He looped it. I think he's very happy that sand was right there. That sand stopped the car from going all the way around. Put him back on the track, but not where he wants to be, and that's not what he needs if he wants to take this championship run away from Ray.
It's been an up and down season for the 101. The crashes in Imola, crashes in Sebring, the victory in Zandvoort. We look at John Ebersol. Not sure if it'll reflect on your timing to pull it up, but Jeff Cartwright topped the curb like I talked about doing in the HPD all those moons ago, and he crashed in turn number 5. He's back going again, but he obviously lost some time.
Let's go look.
Might be. Oh, there it is. So that was interesting. He hopped the curb, landed back on the asphalt, and wasn't expecting how the car was going to grip up, and tried to save it, and around he went. His fastest lap was J.D. Daniel, 1 minute 9.893. First car to set that lap. Or Cosgrove, sorry, did a 1 minute 9.9. So Daniel quicker. But Ray is catching him, and they're coming up on GT3 traffic, boys. DeFlamer, Sussy, Cartwright will be the first couple cars to be overtaken. Ray looked to driver's left. Daniel left him room. Bryan Sohn is tumbling down the timing in the 0-3. And that's why, had some issues right in front of the leaders. I'll take a look off monitor. He drove wide, clipped the curb, and around he went. So now, as we see the lights flashing at J.D. Daniel, this track immensely tricky on your own, immensely tricky in traffic. But now, you have to dodge GT3 cars that are minding their own business, Alex.
You know, that's just the joys of multi-class racing. It creates a whole nother aspect to the race. You got to both know how to race your opponents and race the other people that are on the track with you. And there's a lot of respect to that, and being able to understand what the cornering speeds are of different cars and where the best places are to actually overtake.
I'm just in awe of how nimble these cars are. They are rotating instantly. They catch Sean Rogers in front of them through turn 5. As this GTP battle rages on very early on. Only 8 minutes into this race. And Daniel has to pick and choose when he can get by. We've seen so many times this season. We recall Imola. There were multiple instances of the GTPs forcing their way through on the GT3 cars. You have to be patient. You can't let the guy behind you pressure you into a mistake. It's Ebersol and Mofta right in front of them battling in the AM class. That is for 3rd, I believe, in the AM class. As Daniel looking inside. And he's going to be Ray's going to be boxed in for the moment. I thought he was, as Ray giving chase. Ebersol and Mofta, that's 2nd and 3rd in AM, and then these guys are going to be at the tail end. At the front of the field, I should say, in GT3. Through the S is tricky! Whoa. As Ebersol lost it, and like I talked about, it is tricky to get right. He came back on track, Ebersol did, in front of Lambert. I'm just not sure as... Ebersol clipped the dirt. He got nudged by Ray. Baker, with Cosgrove. And Ebersol tried to stay out of the way. Brian, I'm not sure if you can pull up a replay on that because that was tricky.
I don't think I can. I can run it back about 15 seconds. We'll see what happens.
Might have to do it professionally to see. I'll take a look off monitor. Keep an eye on everybody here. As Ebersol, the incident under review from race control.
I don't know if he's gone off or yet or not here.
As it was in the S's, so you might be either too far forward or too far back. And the incident, it's between Nathan Ray and Ebersol, according to Race Control. And I'm not sure what to think about that. Rolling a pinch farther back, as Ebersol was already, he clipped the grass, trying to stay out of the way. I think Daniel scared him, guys. What do you guys think here?
I'm thinking
He's minding his own business, and Daniel says, "Hi, I'm here," and Ebersol says, "Oh crap, I have to get out of the way."
I think he had plenty of room. I think he overreacted. And put his car off balance. He had plenty of room on the outside. And then he rejoined right in front of the vehicle.
So the good news for the GTP leaders is they are through the field. The next car they'll catch is Bryan Sohn. He's half a lap ahead.
I'm just going back looking at this. Yeah, he peeks around to the outside. Look how much room he had. He pulled it way too far in. I think that's
no further action from Race Control.
It's a tricky spot. I think easy to panic.
You also have a weird weight coming up over that crest too, so it's definitely an interesting spot to. I know I'm always at the edge of my limit when I'm going around that corner, so having another car pressure me there, I could definitely see how mistakes are made.
I think it's like racing on dirt, where once you set your line, you can't change it until you're through the turn. And he had his line set. He panicked when he was cresting. He's like, "Oh no, he's there." Tried to change it up to balance. That's what happens.
As we run through the field, everyone minding their own business for now. 12 minutes in. Lambert, as I say that, off monitor in turn 5, over the curb. He continues to roll. We stay focused on Fanning and Rateau, as this is the battle for the GT3 Pro lead.
I think this is an interesting dynamic of Road Atlanta, where it's really, I'm not going to say easy, but it's a very obvious passing place coming into this final chicane. And so the lead just switches back and forth lap after lap. And so it comes down to attrition and who can handle that pressure the most lap after lap.
I also kind of want to piggyback off of that with that overtaking spot in the chicane. You can count turn 5. You get through the S's, through that treacherous corner that we saw Lambert, we saw Cartwright have issues. If you can follow a guy into 6 and 7, you might be able to make a move, but the best chance is to follow them through, mind your business, get all over their rear wing, and make that move into the final chicane. As we look at Cosgrove and as that Steve Baker exiting turn 7. We might have case in point here with Baker and Cosgrove under the bridge, up the hill. Immense speed that these cars are carrying, 180 miles an hour. What does he top out at? 180, 190 at the braking zone in these GTPs. Immense speed. Incredible. This is the battle for third. Final place on the podium. I know it's super early, but these guys can't give up any time. Through the field, everyone else nice and calm. So we'll stay focused on this battle in GTP for the third place. And Steve Baker holding the 4th position. Teammates to Nathan Ray for Solpec Precision Racing. And Cosgrove also for Solpec. So 3 of the Solpec cars in the GTP class. We have JD Daniel for Pax Oceani in the 055. And Chris Hill for TWRS. So Solpec not having a bad showing. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now. As the battle for GT3 Pro, Rateau and Fanning. And Fanning minding his own business. Dare I say it, maybe expecting a Romain issue. Fanning's won a couple times this season. Romain yet to win. Let's take a look at Kingsbury and Rivas, Bryan. Because Rivas is leading in AM. He's slipstreaming on Kingsbury down the backstretch. And the 290 all over the rear wing of the McLaren. The 21, Willie Look driver's left, backs out of it. Why is he going to force it? He's got a huge margin over Marwan Moftov for the AM class. Next closest battle.
Fourth and fifth in AMs is looking really tight. Kevin Garcia's gotten a few off tracks here recently, as well as Rob.
We got the 505 of Garcia and the 81 of Rob Edgell. As we stay focused on Kingsbury and Rivas. I don't think there's going to be too much of a battle for third in GTP now that they're... Now, with the knowledge that they're teammates, they might just mind their own business, run their own race. Rule number 1 in motorsport, whether it's virtual or real, is don't crash your teammate.
I think some call that papaya rules.
Potentially. Plateau and Fanning. 1 minute 18.378 for Rateau last time around. 1 minute 18.376 for Fanning the last time around. They're equal on lap times. I wonder how much of the slipstream for Fanning is factoring into that. As we look at the back of the shot at the two GT3 leaders. And here's Edgell and Garcia side by side. It's BMW versus Porsche. The battle of the German manufacturers. Garcia, driver's left, backs out of it. Did Edgell go deep? He did. Will Garcia under the 81, up the hill, under the bridge. Tricky corner to go side by side through, and Garcia takes the spot. Edgell he tried to turn in, but Garcia was there. Now Garcia gives him room. And into turn 1. Turn 1 is daunting as Garcia goes off. I was just about to mention, you go a pinch too far, too fast, off the road.
Turn 1 takes quite a bit of commitment at this course, and you always want to slow down more than you need to. And to really get the lap time out of it, you've got to commit to turn 1.
As the GTPs have caught traffic again, Bryan Zone and Travis D. Flumer, if we can... Oh, perfect, Bryan, you're already there. Look at that. We look at Baker and Cosgrove. So these GTP cars are going to catch Garcia and Cartwright next, and then Edgell. We just crossed 1/4 of the race done. 42.5 minutes left to go here in Road Atlanta. The fastest lap so far is still J.D. Daniel at a 1 minute 9.893. Or sorry, 1 minute 9.616 is Nathan Ray with the fastest lap. As Garcia off the track in front of Ray. No issue. Cosgrove and Baker slaloming their way through this GT3 traffic. Cartwright in the way of the leaders now. If we can take a look, J.D. Daniel has caught Cartwright into turn 3. Gets by him. Slides wide. Here comes Nathan Ray in the 35. We saved it! Oh, I thought he was destined for the grass. He didn't hit it. Through 5. Daniel's a little rattled. Take a breath. His hit's already getting good. Into 6. Into 7. Edgell's in front of them now. But if you're Nathan Ray, do you force an issue, Alex? I don't know.
I mean, with the way the championship's going, I think you try to drive as safe as you can. Maybe wait until the end of the race to make your move. If you make it now and you make a mistake, and you've given Hill just another chance to get back into the championship talk.
Speaking of Chris Hill, he has pitted in the 101, trying to figure out if that's a scheduled stop or not. I believe it might be, because there was no crash or incident that happened for the TWRS driver. As Daniel leads Ray. Want to give a shout out to Whiplash SimCams and Drew Cardinale IV for all the wonderful camera work that you have provided for us, my friend, whether it's SimCAR, NASA Rallycross, whatever it may be. Facebook.com/WSimCams. As Daniel catches Ebersol at the worst possible time, defending on Ray. Ray looks to the outside into turn 6. They're side by side for the lead. 20 minutes in. Daniel holds it, pushes a little wide. Wheel spin off the corner off a 7. Ray all over the rear wing. I know it's early. I know you just said if you're Ray, why make a move? They slice to the inside, past the silverback teammates of Moftah and Lambert. Ray looks driver's right. Will he outrate Daniel? Over under for the lead. Daniel defending. Both of them skittish, under acceleration with these GTP cars as we begin lap 18. Ray was a 10th up that last time around. On through the rest of the field. We stay focused on the battle for the lead. They've got Majority Banks in front of him. In front of them, I should say. In the Porsche. And it doesn't look like Daniel's catching the lap traffic at his preferred spots. I mean, realistically, there is no great spot to catch them, but he's catching them mid-corner, it seems.
Yeah, it makes a battle like this even more tense when you have the other class cars around you as you're trying to defend.
As shout out to everyone hanging out with us on ASN Live. Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, Alex Laursen next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, as we are just over 20 minutes in. Back to the regular 1-hour races for the SimCAR Grand-Am Series. Or if you're joining us on ASN On Demand, welcome in. Thanks for hanging out. ASN TV USA, no matter the platform, of course. Content all throughout the week. And Daniel was half a tenth faster than Nathan Ray that last time around. He caught Rivas at the worst spot into turn 3. Here comes Ray. Nowhere to go. They're going to follow, or rather, Ray's going to follow Daniel around Rivas, down the S's, catching Kingsbury in the 21, over the curbs. Such a speed difference. 20 miles an hour faster are the GTPs than the GT3s. And I think, Alex, Ray, I know I kind of pivoted off of your point of taking your time, not making a move. I thought Ray was going to make a move, but I think I want to agree with you again. As slaloming through, one car driver's left, one car driver's right. It was Rateau and Fanning. I think Ray is just letting Daniel know, hey, I'm here. Don't mess up.
Yeah, the only reason you would want to be out front as Ray right now is just if you feel more confident in that clean air. But being behind Daniels right now is probably the safest move. You're going to get a little bit of fuel saving out of it, so you can stretch your race out a little bit longer.
We got a good battle between the teammates. Thanks for picking this up, Bryan. It's Cosgrove in the white car, Baker in the black car. And the Solpeck Precision Racing teammates catching up to the silverback racing car of Kevin Fanning. And that battle right in front of these guys, that's for the GT3 Pro class lead. And these guys battling for third. I don't suspect team orders will come into play, especially as they're battling for a podium place. We'll just have to wait and see, as we still have over half the race. Baker locks up, Cosgrove over the curb. And the Chris Hill Sympathy, Championship Sympathy Corner race, whatever you'd want to call it, not going well. He is in 6th. He's about to be lapped by J.D. Daniel. Update on the AM class. Rivas comfortably out front, ahead of Jesse, or no, it's not Jesse Pate, apologies, and Marlon Moftah in the 191. Let's take a second. Let's ride on board Nathan Ray and enjoy the sights and sounds in traffic here at Road Atlanta.
Are we under caution? Lights are closed. The safety car is deployed. Not sure exactly what we have going on. Let's take a look back. Looks like we had an incident between Cody Crossgrove and Steve Baker. So let me go look and see what happened. Yes, Josh, I think your audio is on. So we're looking at Steve Baker. Just Cody Crossgrove. Right there. I'm not sure what happened. Roll it back. I don't know where the incident is. Do you know what happened, Alec?
I'm having a hard time seeing what happened.
I just rolled it back quite a bit. What I have from race control is safety car deployed, but that's it. Is it just because we're halfway through the race and we haven't had something? We haven't had that all season, so... Not quite sure what's going on here. I don't know where race control is. I don't see them, or else I would go ask them. I don't see race control down there, so... You know what? They're gonna take a lot of pit, and we got a couple laps of this. We're about halfway through the race anyway. We broke Josh's audio. Everybody's gonna go to the pits, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go to ads right now, and we will be right back.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous with your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
Welcome you back to round 8 of the SimCAR Grand-Am Series in 2025B. We would have some fancy ad reads for you. We love our partners. We are going back green here in Road Atlanta. Safety car off. Chris Hill, after crashing and causing the safety car, leads in GTP. Ray ahead of Crossgrove, Baker, Pate. And what happened to JD Daniel? He is way in the back of the field. This has handed the race win to Nathan Ray on a silver platter. Bryan Sawyer in the production truck. Alex Laursen next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz on the Automotive Sports Network. Chris Hill, the devious plan, as Alex Laursen said in the break. Nathan Ray looking, they touch! Woo.
Yes.
You know, when we started this race, you guys said it was going to be a brawl, and it has not disappointed.
Nathan Ray very mad that Christopher Hill is there. He knows he's out of position. What happened during that incident, we couldn't find it until during the break. Christopher Hill made contact with Josh Sussey, spun out. They both drove off track, but then it seemed fine. But then Chris Hill, oh, he's throwing Nathan Ray off the track. Big hit. He's having issues in, it seems like the blind crests. And there.
Oh, another contact.
What is going on? That is Steve Baker. That is his. Okay.
I have a feeling there's going to be some chats with the stewards after this race.
Yeah. I think we lost Josh again. He's frozen on my screen, so it's just you and me right now, Alex. But yeah, so, yep, he's back to no connection. We're back to safety car. So what happened there was on the initial incident, Christopher Hill went over turn 3, blind crest, took out Chris Susky, came back, drove onto the backside of a blind turn, sideways across the track. That instantly triggered the safety car to come out. That's definitely going to do that. And then, I'm not sure what just happened right there. So, everybody got to slow down here, because let's see if I can find it. Oh, Steve Baker might have crashed, so...
Yeah, it seems like there were just emotions flaring right there. You know, you've had a frustrating race. You've been towards the back where you don't feel like you should be. You get caught up with a GT3. Didn't give him enough room, but you don't really know that coming over the blind crest, and now you're just sending it hard into the chicane.
Yeah, it's just Christopher Hill didn't
cool.
pit. All the other cars in front of him are, I mean, technically in front of him because Hill hasn't pit yet. This is Hill and Ray. What exactly happened here?
I think he just doesn't have the tires to defend here.
Yeah, oh, Ray
wasn't able to make the turn.
Yeah,
Ray tried to pinch him, but
Ray, yeah.
I don't think Ray should have done that, knowing that Hill was on old tires.
But then Hill gets back on track. He's going just fine.
Oh, what was this?
I don't know. Did you miss all of this, Josh?
Thank you for computing devices that just crash right at the best time.
All right, so we're gonna go back.
That?
So this is I'll run it back one more time for you. So Christopher Hill, you knew he was in front. That's about when we lost you. And I'm talking about Christopher Hill, the incident that occurred to bring out the first safety, and this happens. This is not what happens. Come on, back up. Let's go, iRacing. That's not it. Let's try one more time.
Let's see. On my side.
There we go. I'm just going to roll it back super smart. We're going to go all the way back.
green this time, so we'll have to make it relatively quick.
So here's back on the restart.
So this is Ray and Hill.
Ray
what
and
is
Hill.
that? You are off. You're off strategy. What are you doing?
And then right
he
after
comes
that, we had this. And that brought out the second safety car. And Hill kept going.
Right.
So we'll go back to live pictures up front. Nathan Ray
Cody
somehow
Cosgrove
still
now.
leading this race.
We go back green. 24 minutes left. Cosgrove second. Pate in third. Daniel fourth. Baker. Majori Banks leads in GT3 now with Fanning and Rateau. They take the green flag.
Josh, if we lose you again, it triggers the thing where I just automatically buy and charge you for a new USB hub.
That's fine. I've been trying to find one that could power 3 monitors and not fall apart while I'm trying to use them. So here we go. I think the cable's frayed, and it's resulted in it not working, and it makes me frustrated. Welcome to live production. Remember how everyone made fun of me when I used to use Linux and I tried to build Linux? Well, I switched to Mac and I still need Windows, and they're both smiling internally on the cameras. Yeah, you just make fun of me. It's fine. Just make fun of me. It's fine. You know.
You know, I've
Just-
never owned a
just
Windows
use the
computer
window.
until this year.
Yeah,
Just use the Windows, Josh.
I can't, dude. I can't. All right. Thanks, Maddie. I forgot you were in chat, too. You're well aware of the torture that I put myself through. All right, enough of the Josh Mertz torture podcast, I guess.
I'm gonna buy this man a
Larry.
Jitterbug PC.
Don't. That's going to give me Best Buy trauma. Please don't do that. We look at Romain Rateau looking to the outside. Is that a Fanning? It still is. Stop it, Maddie. Stop. Welcome to ASN, where everyone makes fun of me and I just flap my jaw and make it seem exciting as we look at Romain Rateau and Kevin Fanning battling for the lead. Nathan Ray has been gifted this lead on a silver platter in GTP, sorry. As Daniel looks to the inside of Jesse Pate, takes the spot. In the M-Class lead, Miguel Rivas has held that. And it's really the green flag. Two minutes. I thought we lost Alex now for the moment, but he's back. Everything's great. As Rivas looking, we looked at Pate. Now we're back to Rateau.
I'll tell you, the gaps are deceiving up in GTP versus GT3. You see a gap of 0.2 in a GT3. You know these cars are real close together. You see a gap of 0.2 in GTP, and they got a couple car lengths between them.
Lost Travis DeFlamer. He is disconnected from the session.
We've also lost Sean Rogers this evening.
Sean Rogers, 23 laps. He had issues early on in the GTP. Battling for second is Fanning and Rateau. Rateau looked driver's left. Fanning gave him just enough room. Through turn 1, up the hill through 2, into 3. Again, it's so tricky. You can't see where you're turning in. Purely muscle memory. As Garcia has passed Edgel. Moftoss sits in second in Am. Ray's got about half a second over Cosgrove, the two teammates. Now especially, I don't think teammates... Well, I say the teammates aren't going to give each other pressure. Cody Cosgrove, with love, doesn't care about his teammates. He wants to win the race for himself. So we will see what the 18 does from second spot. Full disclosure, that's from the NASA knowledge of Cody Cosgrove. He's a fearless driver. Drives the wheels off the car. There's Daniel in the third spot. Chris Hill black flagged, causing a collision and forcing another driver off the circuit. No, stop and go for Hill. Ugh. I'm not really sure what the logic was there. He's just going to park it. And you know what? I don't agree with that. He has parked it disconnected. I guess speaking candidly, I hope his penalty carries over, because that's not a cool way to escape a penalty.
yeah, just again, seems like the emotions are running high there. You know, it was kind of the last chance for Hill to have any chance at the championship, and that's a way to get rid of it.
Missouri Banks leads. Rateau all over the track in the 23, pushing very hard to try and catch Missouri Banks. Remember to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on any platform at ASN TV USA, even the dark web, according to Bryan. I don't want to know how we ended up on the dark web, but apparently we're there. And hit the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly. And not only has Chris Hill gotten a stop and go, but he's gotten a drive-through, so I don't know how that's going to compound to a bigger penalty. If it will, I'm purely speculating, but I would hope that 2 penalties will translate into something, especially with Chris Hill disconnect.
Yeah, I don't know if you get 2 penalties like that and you bail out on them, if you just get a ball ban for the next week.
I would say quali ban and start from the pits. That's just my opinion. You know how I made calls in NASA. They were usually from emotion, which wasn't the best of ideas. Bryan's smiling and laughing, muted basically, so he's agreeing. Making fun of me. Yep, I see you. Okay. All right, so we got under 20 minutes. Chris Hill tumbling down the order as he's not in the session. Nathan Ray leads by half a second over Cosgrove. Missouri Banks leads by 0.6 over Rateau. Gents, is that on pace for Missouri Banks? Because while my computer was exploding, I missed it. With Missouri Banks taking the lead in the Pro Class. Because he was in 3rd or 4th, because he was watching Rateau, Kingsbury, Fanning, so I feel like that was on a pit stop rotation.
He's got a pit stop. He's got a pit stop time. He's got a pit stop time of 45.4 in the lane. 18.5 in the box. The other two, 45 in the lane, 18 in the box. So looks like they've all pit. Missouri Banks used a fast repair also.
Rateau looks! Not yet. He's getting desperate. The luck finally going his way, but we know Romain Rateau will not give up until the checkered flag waves. We've got, let's call it 4 cars under a blanket. Once they catch Missouri Banks, it's a 4-way fight for the AM class lead, and Miguel Rivas likes this in the AM class. And I just remember, and again, sorry, another NASA reference, but I remember when Romain Rateau was leading the 2023 NASA World Championship in Rallycross, had that issue in Crandon, took him out of that. And it seems like when everything goes his way, one thing happens, and the bad luck over for Rateau in the 23. Kingsbury behind both of them. Fanning in 4th. 5th is Rivas. 6th, Lambert. 7th, Moftar. This is overall in GT3. Ebersol in the 8th position. And that's a battle for 2nd in the AM class. Ray has gapped Daniel by 2.6 seconds. We are closing in on the last quarter of this race. As Moftar and Ray touch up the hill. Look at this! The race leader and the points leader squabbling with a GT3 car. And Marwan Moftar comes across and says, "You are being an idiot." Might roll that back professionally, Bryan. That was sketchy down the hill between the 2 points leaders. That was terrifying. Let's roll that back. Look at this. Okay, well, we can roll it from there. Take a look from the blimp cam. Down the hill. Here comes Ray in the GTP. To the inside. Takes the spots, obviously. Can't clear him, and they're just argy-bargy. And the points leader nearly threw it all away.
I mean, you got to know as a GTP driver that the GT3s just don't have the aero to get around that corner the same way you do. So you got to give a wide berth there.
Here comes Daniel chasing down Ray. The gap is now 0.4 seconds. It was 2.5, and those 2 seconds evaporated due to the issues. We've got the GT3 cars dueling as well. Rateau looking for a way around. Looks to the right. Look at the GT3 leaders. We're side by side. Here comes Rateau. They touch in the final corner. And Romain Rateau to the lead. Here comes Kingsbury as well. Is Majori Banks flashing Rateau. Might not be happy with that move from the Frenchman, is car number 30. Told you we've got 5 cars under a blanket. We've got Cosgrove and Jesse Pate, 3rd and 4th in GTP, mixing their way through this GT3 field. If I'm Rivas, I'm not worried about it. You've got 5.5 seconds back to Moftop. Off the road goes Majori Banks trying to chase down the 23 of Rateau. Here comes Kingsbury shooting the middles, Cosgrove, and here comes Pate the 31, the inside of Majori Banks.
As Rivas right now, you just have to be very careful. There's so much going on around you. You don't want to say... deployed.
And that is Majori Banks and Steve Baker. And Baker forced his way through, lost it on entry, and around went Majori Banks.
We'll take a look at that. Let's go. Why is the camera go there?
I think he locked up the rears or just overloaded the rears and looped it. Guys, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you force a move like that when you have the straightaway in front of you?
I don't know, but that was almost synchronized.
I don't get it.
Look at this.
Pit lane closed. Round they both go.
They both getting kicked off at the same time and almost spinning.
While we're under safety car, I want to remind everyone, the SimCAR Grand-Am Series on ASN, brought to you by Penguin RC Simulation. We weren't able to do this as we came back from break earlier. Trusted by racers for their unbeatable support, rock solid product guarantees, and high-performance sim gear. When you want equipment you can rely on lap after lap, Penguin RC Simulation delivers every time and is proud to present the Penguin RC Simulation Drivers' Championship. Too Fast Racing, a massive sim community built on the high-octane world of BeamNG drag racing, now taking on iRacing with over 14,000 members. From the drag strip to the curves here at SimCAR, Too Fast Racing is where speed lives. Lambert Designs is the official graphics partner for SimCAR. From promotional materials to custom paint liveries, Lambert Designs has it all. For more information, join the SimCAR Discord and contact Brandon Lambert. And finally, Mr. Patches. The fight for the team's championship in each class is brought to you by Mr. Patches, makers of custom patches that let you wear your racing pride. And this season, they're putting $50 on the line for each class's winning team. From the track to your jacket, Mr. Patches has you covered. And what happened to Romain Rateau? Again! I see Bryan flailing his arms. I look up at a car crab walking. What happened?
What is with these under caution incidents?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
How do you do that?
You know, I'm glad that this is not real life racing, because the paddock afterwards would just need some security.
The words I want to say are more suitable for ASN Plus. But it's...
How do you do that?
Is it that hard to pay attention? You know, I'm trying to be nice. We're covering, we're representing and covering this series, right? But this is 3 races this season at least that this has happened. 2 in a row.
And I know
Rateau again.
I know some of the drivers talk about, oh, well, if we did the iRacing safety car. I don't think it matters. I don't think this iRacing safety car matters. Is it still just not paying attention? I honestly think that was worse than last week's. I mean, they were both at safety car pace. At least last week's, it was clearly somebody texting and driving. It was a full force accident.
I want to say that might be charged by emotion. Jesse Pate shouldn't be in a GTP if he's an AM-class driver. Go back to the GT3. You shouldn't be in this car. We go green again with 10 minutes left. Romain Rateau back in the paddock. Cosgrove looks to the inside on Daniel into turn 1. Over the curb, no contact. Here comes Pate in the 31. What is... I have nothing. I got nothing. causing a collision under yellow. Drive-through penalty for the 31. I'm going to hold what I want to say. Baker in the 5th position. Kingsbury now leads in the pro class with Rivas and Am fanning in 2nd.
Want to assign a stop and stop penalty?
I think the worst part of this is Jesse Pate is just totally fine driving along after another GT3 race leader got killed. Another one. I got nothing.
Matt Kingsbury's loving it though.
Oh yeah, just like Marwan did, or Fanning did last week, or Lambert. My brain's all frazzled because of what we just watched. I don't even remember who won last week. It's on ASN News. I'll pay attention. I don't get it, boys. Whiplash SimCams giving us great camera angles. Shout out Andrew Cardinale IV. As we take a look at Rivas and Kingsbury. Rivas to the inside. This is for GT3 overall. Pro versus AM leaders. Fanning likes this for the pro class. Kingsbury, Rivas, and Fanning. Lambert as well. Moftaw, Ebersol, Jory Banks. Nathan Ray and JD Daniel out front in GTP. Lost Jeff Cartwright from the session. And I guess I'll say it publicly. Bryan, feel free to interrupt me from an ad read if I'm not paying attention, in case that happens again. Because I'm just so frustrated.
It took me a minute to figure out what was happening. I'm like, okay, well, you can go ahead and read it. I think Jesse Payton and Romaine had an incident. I just saw Romaine start tumbling down the timing tower. I'm like, let me go look at his car.
I look up to your arms wide open, confused. That's all I saw. And you had a very shocked face.
I thought he took to the pit, and then I saw the car crab walking and go, what happened? We're under caution.
Rateau's back on track in the 23, obviously down the order. And it really took the wind out of our sails here. We get the first half of the race is nice and orderly, and it just seems like the stress of all of these guys. We have one caution. Everyone throws caution to the wind. We're 3 wide, 4 wide for GT3 AM. All these cars. Sussy, Garcia, and Edgel. Here comes Sohn as well. For context, this is 14th, 15th, 16th, all in the overall standing. Kingsbury holding off Rivas, holding off Fanning. Here comes Pate, the 31 again. And Ray leads Daniel. Just under 7 minutes left. 0.4 of a second between them. I told you your prediction was chaos, Alex, but did you expect something like that tonight?
Could we call it a commentator's curse at this point? Did you set the race up for this now?
It's the second time I've done an ad read and people crash. It happened last week or 2 weeks ago as well, so here we are. Maybe I should just stop reading sponsors, but then people will get angry at me for that. All right. We have 6 minutes left. 0.3 of a second between the two in GTP, battling for the lead. They're coming up on Romain Rateau. Cody Cosgrove sneaking into the picture. We look at Garcia, and that's Sussy in the 13. This GT3 battle's not going away. This is for 6th overall. It's Kingsbury and Garcia and Sussy touch! Stopped in the middle of the track.
He got off.
They both go by.
He slid right off.
Kingsbury, Rivas, Fanning, Lambert, Moftaw, Ebersol, Majori Banks, all together in GT3. Daniel slipstreaming on Nathan Ray in GTP. Under investigation, Garcia and Sussy. I can't tell you what's going to happen in these next 5 minutes, but it's going to be chaos. As Daniel was 0.4 of a second faster than Ray the last time around. Into turn 7, exiting 7. I'm curious to see the lap times when they refresh. We've got Rivas all over the back of Kingsbury for the GT3 battle. Kingsbury looking good. Has not had great luck as the reigning champion in the 21. Fanning has gotten by Lambert. Mofta in 5th. Through turn 5, down to turn number 6. Rivas looking. No move done yet. Hoping to pressure the 21 into a mistake. Just to update everyone on the GTP, last time around, Ray was a 10th faster than Daniel. As they are beginning to catch up to Josh Sussey in the 13. No further action with that incident with Garcia and Sussey in turn 3. Rivas looks, drivers left, down to the chicane. Who will be the last of the late breakers? Kingsbury holds it. Fanning in 3rd. 4th is Lambert, 5th is Mofta. Mofta stuck behind Lambert. But it's not like his teammate can let him go. He's quite a ways away from Rivas. Three-tenths of a second from Ray to Daniel. Kingsbury, Rivas, and Fanning, the GT3 podium right now. We're out on board Daniel in the 055. We head to turn 1. Last time around, he was a 10th faster than Ray, but that's not going to solve any problems. And you are trying to chase down the championship leader. Let's call him champion-elect at this point. Might be a pinch too early to say that, but he's been looking good. Daniel hit the curb. The car got upset. They'll pass Garcia. They'll pass Edgel. And Sohn coming up. Ray to the inside. And I think these guys just get tunnel vision trying to force their way through. Looks to the inside. Ray had to correct the car through turn 7 and down to 8. We're going to have a battle for the lead. Daniel slipstreaming. He looks drivers left. That might have been a pinch too early. Battling for the lead in GTP with 2.5 minutes left. It's Daniel. It's Ray. Down to the turn 10 chicane with Sohn in the way. Daniel to the lead. Will he outbrake himself? No, he doesn't. He makes the corner. But Ray behind him by a couple car lengths. Traction struggling. 1 car, 2 cars. It's Lindgren and Mofta off the road. We'll try and take a second look. That's Mofta and Lindgren. They were battling, looks like 4th and 5th in class. And Ray. Lindgren off the track. Ray all over Daniel. Lindgren not happy, saying, hold your brakes to Marwan Mofta. If you want to roll that back, Bryan, I'll take a look. Keep an eye on this battle for the lead, but that's up to you. As Ray all over the rear wing of Daniel. And that's Mofta and Lindgren under review. And that's Majori Banks as well. Oh, I couldn't see too well. I'm focused on the GTPs, but it looks like Mofta might have come across from what I saw.
Yeah, oh, yep. He was off the track, rolled right back into the middle of the track, and looked like Lindgren just didn't stop.
His brake lights were on when he lost his rear end, so...
I don't know when he was moving back forward, though. We are back at live.
Nope, we are not back live. They are entering the final corner now.
You're right.
There you go.
I clicked the button. It did not do.
Under a minute left. Not sure if Barney gave us the white flag. JD Daniel leads Nathan Ray into turn 3. Forcing his way through on Majori Banks, but I don't know if that was a good idea. Down the S's. Daniel leads. We still have the green flag. We'll wait and see if Arnie throws the white. I don't know if you see anything, Bryan.
Arnie's
This
throwing
is the white flag. This is it. Nathan Ray's going to have one last shot. Incident under review with Bryan Sohn and Marwan Mofta. Ray has the perfect opportunity to make this move. He's got a couple car lengths away. It's about 3/10 from Daniel to Ray. Ray is going to have to absolutely send it as Daniel, furiously flashing Kingsbury, Rivas, and Fanning down to the turn 10 chicane. Ray is trying to catch him into the final chicane.
Oh, that's it.
As Ray got caught in traffic behind Matt Kingsbury, over the hill, down the hill. It has been absolutely chaotic, but J.D. Daniel victorious in Road Atlanta ahead of Nathan Ray. And I think because of that, boys, the GT3 cars have finished their race as well. They just got passed.
Yes, they did.
We'll have to wait and see. Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yes. Talk about, I would say, anticlimactic at both of those classes, as normally they'd have another lap. Wow.
Yeah. They go, okay, we got one more lap. They get crossed right before the line, and nope,
kidding.
we're done. We're done.
And if you're second or third in GT3 and you're expecting that additional lap, and then, oh, just kidding. Here we are. Steve Baker has no rear wing on car number 2. I'm going to try and...
Don't need one anymore. Race is over.
What happened to him? He drove this entire lap without a rear wing. He drove more than that without a rear wing. What in the world? Oh, he was trying to pass. Who is this? Bryan Sohn. And it looped him in car number 2. Romain Rateau is... I think he's cussing in French over race chat. All I hear is French, that my French isn't the greatest. I'm assuming he's, of course, very upset.
I would be, too.
Wow.
Just had a win taken away from him.
As drive-through penalty, not sure how that'll be assessed for Marwan Moftah. J.D. Daniel, burnout time after winning in Road Atlanta. I want to give a shout out to Miguel Rivas. That's third victory on the season for him, from what I recall.
And dominant victory at that.
Yeah, he really wasn't challenged in the AM class. Storylines of the night. What could have been for Romain Rateau again? I'm not sure. Alex, go ahead and take us through the GTP result.
We got JD Daniel with Pax Oceana as the leader tonight. Kind of a unpredicted winner. We have Nathan Ray in second place, Cody Crossgrove rounding out the podium, Jesse Pate, Steve Baker, Chris Hill, and Sean Rogers finishing out the GTPs.
GT3 AM up next, as we have
GT3
Matt
Pro.
Kingsbury. You know, words are hard. It's been a long day. I had 6 hours round trip of driving at work. Matt Kingsbury wins in GT3 Pro. Fanning Lambert on the podium. Majori Banks, Lindgren, and Romain Rateau. And Brian, you got the GT3M?
I got the GT3 AM. We got Miguel Rivas, Byron Son, Rob Edgel, Kevin
Bryan Sohn.
Bryan Sohn. I can't read. I had 7 hours of driving today. Rob Edgel, Kevin Garcia, Josh Sussey, John Ebersol, Marwan Moftah, Jeff Cartwright, Travis DeFlumer, Chris Lunan, and I believe that is it.
I don't think I saw Lunan on track. I think he qualified and then just never raced.
Yeah, he's 50 laps back, so.
Checks out. All right, Brian, are you ready for interviews, or do we need to take some programming notes first?
Go ahead, take some programming notes first. I'll get the interview set. We'll see who we have. Let me flip over to that.
Our next broadcast will be the NASA Rallycross Futures on ASN Plus. You might have me, you might have Brian, you might have both of us. I haven't decided yet. And that'll be Sunday, the 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll follow into the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship, also on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, at Indianapolis. You'll have NASA Rallycross contenders on Monday. That'll be Justin Robichaud, Bryan Sawyer on Monday the 13th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And our next round for the SimCAR Grand-Am Series will be the 16th of October. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern at Long Beach. It'll be a nice rainy day. And just a reminder, round 4 of the NASA Rallycross World Championship, also in Indianapolis, Saturday the 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Interview time. We got Miguel Rivas first, Brian. Are you all set?
I am ready.
We're going to bring in Miguel Rivas. It's Josh. It's Brian. It's Alex in the booth. You got us? Talk me through your race just real quick because it seemed like you were more so brawling with the pro cars rather than the AM car.
Yeah, I was so happy about this race. Like the last 10 laps, my heart was going super hard. In quali, I disconnect. I don't know why. I sent a message, but nobody answered. Maybe the message didn't go through either. So I was worried because I didn't want to disconnect me on the middle of the race. So that kind of freed me up, to, okay, I will push and whatever happens, happens. And actually, like after the second safety car, I was in the podium. It was so weird for me. Yeah, it was super exciting race for me.
As just real quick, anyone you'd like to thank for the victory tonight?
Yeah, Kate Middleton, my coach, he's been amazing, and all the team, all the guys in Hercules, it's been amazing being part of this team, and thanks to you guys.
Of course, my friend. Good win, and we'll see you next week in Long Beach.
Thank you. We'll see you next.
It's been a long time since I've had a chat with you, Mr. Kingsbury, and if I recall correctly, and I could be wrong, I think you're the reigning champion. Am I correct?
Yeah, currently, we're barely holding on. Well, now we've got a bigger points lead, but had a rough
I was going to say it's been bad
go.
luck for you all season, and it finally seems like it is going your way. Talk me through your race.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say the whole season's been bad. We had a good start. We were consistent, like fourth, had a win, and then we just had the build change really screwed us. The McLaren totally changed, so they're playing catch up. But as for the race, Bryan put together a really good car. He really worked hard on Sebring this week. We've really got the McLaren going in the right direction. And this is a track I'm not good at. So the fact that I could run, with the top two of Kevin and Romain the entire race on their pace when I wasn't making mistakes was really good. So, we just tried to stay out of trouble, keep the car on the track, and kind of just fell on our lap.
I was trying to think of a proper question other than how chaotic was it when you had everyone all over the place. I guess the big question is, what are your thoughts with the incident with Romain? Because you're following him, I think, and then next thing you know, Romain is crab walking down the backstretch, and then you're in the lead.
Yeah, bad luck for him. I mean, shit happened. Things happened last week with us, and he got me. So it's just kind of one of those things where, it seems like you're always gonna have some bad luck if you're not careful. And unfortunately for him, the guy behind him wasn't careful. So, I probably didn't deserve to win it, but yeah, he was fast.
Alrighty, my friend. Anyone you'd like to thank for the victory tonight?
Just Penguin RC Simulations. Bryan Son, put together an amazing car for us. Things definitely rapid. It's definitely, I definitely could have gotten more out of it. I wasn't really pushing at the end, so can't wait to see, what we got for the next week coming up, because that's definitely a track that I prefer more.
Alrighty, my friend. Good win, and we'll see you next week in Long Beach.
Yeah.
One more tonight, and it's JD Daniel. And oh boy, was it crazy all night. Obviously, you're not in a GT3, but I guess I'll ask you if you heard or saw what happened to Romain, and talk me through your race, because it was a brawl with you and Nathan there for a while.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened to Romain. I did see some other GT incidents. But yeah, it was a heck of a race with Nathan, just top class driver. We know how fast he is, and he's really clean and fair. It was an awesome experience to race him mano a mano like that. I During that first caution, I took tires on the pit stop, which was a mistake, and then I killed the car on the backstretch trying to warm them up. I didn't tow, but I pit for the fast repair and used that, and then it was just red mist from there trying to catch back up.
I'm I'm just astounded because I remember you were in second or you were leading, and then I wondered what happened to you. And I looked up and I saw you way back down the field. And I want to give you kudos because these GTP cars are ridiculous to drive, both good and bad. And snuck your way into a win, my friend. So who would you like to thank for the victory tonight?
I'd like to thank my family for enabling me to do this awesome sim racing hobby. Also, the guys at Pax Oceani for their support. My buddy Thumbs for being my mentor in these GTPs. Also, Roof Chief, Javecki Agency, you guys for the broadcast, and the admins for putting this league on for everybody. It's a real joy to win any league races, but especially when you have a hard fought win like that. So tip my hat again to Nathan for the awesome battle we had there. It's always a pleasure to race with people high quality like that.
Awesome sportsmanship, my friend. Good win, and we'll see you next week in Long Beach.
Yep, thank you guys. Take care.
You too. Alrighty, gents. We took a look at programming notes. We took a look at results. We had our interviews. Bryan, what do you got for us? You got points?
Yeah, I got something in the way of points. Take a quick look there.
Not
a whole lot of movement in GTP. Nathan Ray maintaining the lead at 291, basically locking this thing out. 2 races left. It can still happen, but I think there's going to be some penalties coming down the line for Christopher Hill. Not quite sure. JD Daniel in third. Steve Baker, Daniel Smith, Cody Crosgrove, Casey O'Brien, Zach Goddard, Richard Bernal, and Ethan Brown. Top 10, no movement there. Looking at the GT3 AM Series, Marwan Mafta maintains his lead at 215, followed by Miguel Rivas, up 1 position, John Ebersol, down 1, Byron Son, Rob Edgel, Daniel Miglin, Josh Sussy, Kevin Garcia, Eric Dubois, and Lance Williams, the top 10 there. And then GT3 overall, Matt Kingsbury still holding that with 230 points. Brandon Lambert, Romain Rateau, Marwan Mafta, Miguel Rivas, John Majoribanks, Christian Youngwall, John Ebersol, and Byron Son, rounding out that top 10.
Just want to remind everyone, if you like what you saw tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform, at ASN TV USA. According to Bryan, we're also on the dark web. Be sure to ring the bell to catch our live streams every single week. We're going to get some final thoughts. Bryan, you first.
I don't want to say it again, but they're going to...
Yep.
I love Road Atlanta. Super fun to watch. I mean, the common issues, the common corners where there are issues, where the common corners there are issues. Super fun to watch. Very interested in next week with the forecasted rain.
Alex?
That was such a great introduction to this series. That was a fantastic race. It was a brawl. Got a little weird there in the middle. We came out with a nice finish, and I'm excited to watch next week.
It'll be super fun in the rain in Long Beach, as the checkered flag has fallen in the evening at Road Atlanta. On behalf of our entire production staff, producer Bryan, Sawyer, commentator Alex Laursen, my name is Josh Mertz. We thank you for joining us for tonight's coverage of the SimCAR Grand-Am Series. We congratulate our winners, JD Daniel, Matt Kingsbury, and Miguel Rivas. Be sure to join us Sunday for the 4th round of the NASA Rallycross Light World Championship at Indianapolis. But until then, so long, everyone.